Hello everyone, my name is Kate Brooke and I am the Spanish Foundation's Director or first and second year Spanish Director at Texas Tech University in Lubbock, Texas. Our program is a part of the Department of Classical and Modern Languages and Literatures at Texas Tech. We are a part of one of about 16 programs in the department. Not surprisingly, we are the largest program. We have about 1,800 to 2,000 students every 16-week semester and about 1,000 students in our online program in the summers. Our teaching team consists of about 25 graduate students, and then I have a leadership team who is also part of the teaching team made up of 7 lecturers and professors of practice. I am an assistant professor of practice of Spanish here as well. I report to the director of Spanish who oversees the undergraduate major and the graduate programs, though that is a rotating position of 2 years. So our program and my position is probably the most, provides the most continuity for the program, even the whole Spanish program. Our leadership team makes decisions about curriculum, about modality, and then we also work with the Spanish director to make sure we're meeting outcomes and needs as our students transition to upper level. The resource I want to talk to you about that we utilized and access to be able to advocate for and ultimately revise our Spanish Foundations program was simply people on our campus and people beyond our campus. So first, we talked to people in our department and learned many of these things. We knew that the language requirement had already been reduced. We certainly had a poverty mindset and a victim mindset about, the money we were receiving. We were not able to pay well, and we knew that advisors were recommending that students take our classes elsewhere because they couldn't access them, and then the level of difficulty was unnecessarily hard. Not that the content's not challenging now, it was just it was hard to work through those classes. We also had some in-house beliefs that were hard to navigate, but again, when we talked to people, this is what we learned where we were. A belief that language can only be taught in small classes, it's who we are, they need more time with us. We believe that advisors and university administration didn't value language learning. A belief that if there was more access to Spanish classes, other programs would suffer, and then just that we shouldn't have to look at this as a business. So we started listening beyond our department to administration, advisors, students, other language program directors, and innovators. We surveyed the advisors, all of them in the College of Arts and Sciences. We surveyed students. We held a couple of focus groups with students. We met with advisors, that was tense, and administration, the dean's office and provost office, and then a couple of other department chairs who had already done some redesign. And we listened to understand, not to defend or attack. We just gathered a lot of information that proved to be very powerful. Some of the things we learned by accessing people was that the advisors were frustrated because of timely access to our classes. It just wasn't there. They did see the value of language learning, but it was hard to see the value of a language requirement, especially when they couldn't get it in the student's schedule, which was delaying graduation. The problem was worse than we ever imagined, and we were at the risk of losing more language requirement. We began to learn what we could reasonably impact and how our budget works. We met with kind of a budget specialist to figure out what we could impact. And then we heard from students and learned about their priorities when selecting classes, which their top priority, even though they don't say it, when they actually select classes, their top priority is schedule, so they choose online. Learning this information helped us advocate for the right thing instead of those beliefs that we held, and we were acting on those beliefs. So what did we do? We redesigned our online Spanish program to increase access without additional resources, and we were determined to do this really well. So we modeled our program after the large enrollment online classes at the University of Florida, designed by Dr. Crystal Marule, so a language program director that we had access to, and learned from her. And then we redefined our program values. We wanted students always to have access. We wanted to reduce our workload for graduate students. And we wanted to push our students to embrace what's uncomfortable so that they can see, understand, and connect with the world differently. I hope that some of these tips are helpful as you think about how to advocate for your programs. People are easy to access. It's a resource that is at your disposal. So I hope you find this helpful. Good luck.